Sherelle, and welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we're going to talk about having hope. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. Okay, so let me start off by definitely doing a disclaimer. This is not for the faint of heart. I'm sorry, I'm not apologizing like I'm saying I'm sorry for the things that I'm saying. I'm not really trying to step on toes, but I do think that in order for us to grow, we really have to step on our own toes. And also, I have to say this at the beginning of this video because some people don't watch all the way through and they just watch a little clip and then they just step out because they feel like, it offended them or something else. And I understand sometimes you have to step away because it can be a little much. And so I really am about change and about growing and becoming better. And the only way to do that is to be uncomfortable. I don't believe that you can grow, that you can become better, that you can learn if you are in a comfort zone. I really believe all of that happens in uncomfortability. Uncomfortability, sorry. Ah. But I do want to say a disclaimer at the beginning of this video that everything that I'm saying is for me to self-reflect, and I'm hoping that it will help somebody else. So when I say things in these videos, usually it's because I want to hold myself accountable so that I can be a better person, so I can learn, so I can grow, so that I can become all of the things that God intends for me to become, the woman that God created me to be. And if I'm saying something and it sounds familiar, it's just because we go through a lot of the same things. Or I'll see someone who really asks me for help with something and I feel like it might help somebody else. Usually when I do these videos and I'm talking about like my own personal experience, that's just my experience. I have no idea how the person that's my friend, the person that I might have talked to, the person at wherever it is in the entire world feels about the thing, that whatever is going on in my life. I only know my perspective and what I took from the situation or what I've learned from it, and that's it. And so I just want to do a disclaimer at the beginning because some people may get offended and feel like it might be about them, but most of the times these videos are just about my own personal experience of the things that I'm dealing with internally, or things that I've learned from in the past, or some of the things that have really helped me in my life. And I really truly believe that keeping the right people in your life is very important. I don't believe in the whole cutoff game thing. I think that you should have distance and you should have good people in your life and a good A team and everything else. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be on the outskirts and you just remove everyone because somebody said one thing you don't like. I'm just saying that you have to make sure that you're healthy because your mental health is the most important thing. That's the only thing I mean by that. I don't just mean that you just treat people badly because that's not very godly. You got to lead with love. And so as I'm going through this process of learning and becoming better, one of the things that stuck out to me earlier was from Hebrews. That's the part of the Bible that I read earlier this morning, Hebrews 3. And as I'm reading it, some of the things that was illuminated is having hope until the end. Sometimes when we're going through the journey, when we're going through our process, we forget to keep the hope alive. We think that because we're going through the storm, because of the rain, because of the trials and tribulations, because of all the things that have happened in our lives, that this is the only thing that can happen, that worst case scenario is where you need to live, or expect nothing, appreciate everything. I used to put that saying on my wall and I folded it in half and I put appreciate everything, not expect nothing, because I do expect for myself to hold myself accountable. I do expect for myself to become more consistent in life. I do expect for myself to grow, to learn, to be the woman that God intended for me to be. And in order for me to do that, I have to have expectations for the life that I want to live. Everyone else is going to be who they are, but I can control what I do for myself in my life. And that's it. And so whenever you're struggling or going through something, I think it's important for us to have expectations for ourselves, and to know that we will mess up, we will fail, but we need to keep going. We need to get back up, dust yourself off and try again, like Aaliyah said. But seriously, you have to really just keep going. You can't give up on yourself and say, well, I failed at this, I might as well not try. No, if you failed, that means you're trying. That means you made an attempt, and you got to keep doing attempting to make that dream come true. You just have to keep going for the thing that you want in life, the things that you want in life. And if you really, really want this person, place, or thing, then you got to let it be known. I'm not saying that you as a woman need to go out of your way to chase some guy. I don't believe in that. People can be offended and feel some type of way all they want, but me personally, that's not. I don't. I. eh, You know, sometimes you just can't say certain things on videos because regardless, it's going to be taken the wrong way. But I do want to make sure that I'm on this platform utilizing it in the best way possible. I don't want to just this to just be a dissing sesh or me just dogging out or putting down somebody. I want it to be an uplifting thing where we can grow and really hold each other accountable and really become better people because of it. I want the words that I'm saying to hold weight and to mean something. And you know, the Bible does say he who finds a wife finds a good thing. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you just make somebody do all the work and you never do anything in your life. I'm just saying that I'm old school. I really truly believe in, you know, guys stepping up and doing the thing. And then you of course show interest. But if you're interested. But I'm old school. I just it is what it is. Like nothing is more of a turn off to me than me having to step into out of my feminine to go do something that I would want some guy to do. You know, that's just me personally. Other women could want whatever it is that they want. Other men who watch this video could say, "Well, I'm never gonna do that." Every girl comes up to me. That's your woman, then. You know, we just not equally yoked. You know, that's it's all good. But I'm just saying, like things like that that are just really core value system things that, and just the way that I was raised, things like that. It's just that's something that matters to me. So I don't know. I know the world will say all these things, and we're all about empowering ourselves and all this stuff, and more power to you. But for me, that's not something that I would personally choose. You know, if I could have the life the way that I want it to be. Oh, sorry. I guess when I was putting my thumb around it, give myself a thumbs up. But yeah, I guess it just really, you have to figure out what's important to you in life. If you want certain things, you have to wait for those things. I'm not saying have unrealistic expectations and expect someone to come in and be superhero or something else, be some superhuman. I'm just saying that if you know that your core values, that things that matter to you in your core, that are values, not your preferences, then I would say definitely stick to those things as a man or a woman. Because would you want your daughter to act like that? Would you want your son to act like that? Like you really have to think, do you want to be with someone who penetrates your mind or someone who derails your spirit? Like which one do you want to choose? And you have to really think what's more important to you. Like, do you have time to waste? Do you know how much time you have? You know, things like that are really important to me. And so I think it's really important for us to really do self-reflection and to keep hope, to not just be so cynical like I used to be, that you just think worst case scenario about everything, but to really have hope and believing that when God gave you a promise, when He says that, you know, you're more value than many sparrows, when He says that you're more than a conqueror, do you really believe that you can really conquer the things that come before you? When He says you're more precious than rubies, do you know that you're a jewel? Do you understand the value of the person that you are? Because you are unlike anybody else in this entire world. Do you know that billions of things had to go right in order for you to be created? Do you understand the value that you bring to every situation when you're at your best? Do you understand that? And something that really helps me is earlier today I'm reading this book by Justice O. Malcolm. It's called Being Grateful, or The Art of Being Grateful, or something like that. If I remember, I'll post it below in this video and below in YouTube as well. So that way you can like click on it and buy it on Amazon if you want to buy it or whatever. But I was reading this book this morning, and the book was really good. It's short, but it definitely has really good nuggets in it, really good jewels. It was talking about how when you change your mindset and your perspective to being grateful, it can really open up so many doors, so many other opportunities for you, because you are open to receiving more in your life, and the power of positivity. Some people say, well, I'll just say whatever. It doesn't matter. No, don't curse yourself like that. Like when you really speak against the things that you really want in life, that's why it takes so long for you to get those things. That's why it takes so long for you to be a good steward of your finances. That's why it takes so long for you to really truly be in a good relationship. That's why it takes so long for you to have a friendship that really is built on something strong. That's why it takes so long for you to set boundaries and standards, because you just say, well, everybody treats me like this. No, they don't. Today is the day. Today is the day that people stop treating you like that, because you refuse to be treated like anything less than God's best. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that you got to be like high and mighty and act like, you don't have issues or anything like that. I'm just saying that we really have to start treating ourselves like we respect, honor, and we deserve God's best for our lives. What it is that God has for us at his best. And God's best, or God blessing me in any way, is already enough. But God says he wants to do more than we could even ask, think, or imagine. Can you even fathom the fact that God will want that much for you? And so the best way to receive more blessings is to be grateful. When you start to feel faint at heart, when you start to feel like, I don't know how it's going to happen, when you start to see everything in your life go the opposite of the way that you prayed for it to go, the opposite of the way that you imagined, it's important to have hope. It's important to stay grateful. It's important to know that you are worthy. And I know, like, some old school Christians are going to say we're not worthy, but God is still good. Yes, I understand what you mean by that, but I'm talking about loving yourself. I'm not talking about in God's graces, because anything God gives me is a blessing. So it's important for us to understand that we are worth better in our lives. We are worth being treated better by the people in our lives. We are worth honoring and respecting ourselves, and honoring and respecting other people. We are worth waiting for the things that God has for us instead of settling in loneliness. We are worth all of the things that we aspire to have in life. And to be, I'm going to have to continuously keep pushing and keep hope till the end. Never stop believing in your dreams. Never stop believing in achieving the things that you want to do in life. And never stop believing that God isn't going to come through for the things that he said he's going to come through. Because if God said it, he meant it. Believe in yourself and have hope, even through the storm. So thank you so much for watching. I gotta go. I gotta do choreography for this thing. So I have a showcase on June 1st, just to let people know ahead of time. Shameless plug. There's a showcase for at the fire department, and I will be performing along with some other dancers, and we are going to be doing a showcase. So if you are in the area, definitely come through, support the local firehouse and help out the people. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.